Sani. It's all good.
Okay. So yeah, you just said that Leibniz law being a biconditional that satisfies, or yeah, you just said that identity being a
I
biconditional
misspoke.
satisfies.
I misspoke.
Yeah,
It's the other
but
way
where is
around.
that saying? Wait, could you say like what you meant to say?
Yeah, the law of identity is a biconditional that satisfies Leibniz's law.
Okay. Two questions. Firstly, when we're saying that a biconditional is satisfying a law, what's that to mean? Secondly, where is this said in the Principia?
Actually, I have the screenshot, I think,
Yeah.
from a while ago. But what is meant is that A equals A, right? So that equivalence is only true if and only if, and then you have the set conditions that must be met in order for the equivalence to actually be satisfied.
Okay, so the law of identity is a biconditional.
Well, not just as in A equals A, right?
Oh,
But when we talk, yeah, that's not what I mean. I don't believe A equals A is a biconditional. That's just an equivalence. But when we actually talk about
okay.
the identity as a whole, the law of identity, we would say that A equals A. We only know A equals A because, etc. So that's just a biconditional. So A equals A if and only if A and A share the same properties as each other. Okay.
Wait, but
So
just to
that is
be clear, you
essentially.
do know, you know, it's improper to say that the law of identity is a biconditional, even if qualified by X, Y, and Z.
Okay, so you're saying that so long as I qualify, I'm not just talking about the A equals A, it's fine.
Yeah, if you don't mention it
Perfect.
being a biconditional, then yeah, there's no issue.
Okay,
But
that's fine.
I'm really
I'll make it clear for those who think that I'm talking about just the A equals A part. No, I'm not. I'm talking about the not just the identity operator, but like identity as a whole. So
okay,
yeah,
okay. And then I said the thing concerning the Principia, and then also what's
yeah.
the
Russell
argument going
says
to
it
be
very
here?
clearly. Actually, I've read it.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm pretty sure his in the Principia, it's page 162 to 168 that he discusses identity, and this is not said at all. I mean, of course, he cashes out all of these laws of identity, transitivity, and etc. But I don't see where he says it being a biconditional that satisfies Leibniz law at all.
No, he does. I'll send it to you on Discord later when I look at it.
I'm very certain that I'm very aware of
We talked
Russell.
about this months ago, and I showed you it, and you agreed.
No, but he never said it was a biconditional that satisfies LL.
Fine, fine, fine. I'll look for it and I'll show you. Okay.
Okay, okay. And
All right.
what's the argument here?
So by the way, guys, this is my last guess because I have to go somewhere here soon. But so my argument, Sani, is that I believe Christianity is false because the Trinity the Trinity asserts that there is exactly one God and there's exactly not one God at the same time.
Okay, okay. And what's the argument
So
here?
there's not exactly one God at the same time.
Okay, so what's the argument here?
So it's gonna be informal, just so you know. Is that okay?
Could it be formal? I'll give you a second to like formalize it.
I won't be able to formalize it here in a sec.
I don't think because these informal arguments, there's a lot of
You can ask me
kind
questions. I don't have a problem. I'm being
okay,
fair.
okay,
I'm
no
letting
problem.
you. You can also inquire.
Okay, so could you kind of give me the base case of your argument?
Yeah. So let's pick any three arbitrary variables. Let's say A, B, and C. A, B, and C, they are distinct. I'm going to make that clear because I don't know if like you believe it's indeterminate as well, but we have A, B, and C, and they are distinct, and they're all human. How many humans presumably would we count?
Just like yeah, there'd be three objects here.
Okay, there's three objects. So what's the cardinality of humans here?
Well, I mean, the cardinality of humans isn't three, but when discussing this exactly, it would be
The
three. Yeah.
cardinality of the elements. Fine.
What? The cardinality of the elements?
Do you know what cardinality means?
Yeah, I mean, why don't? Are you asking concerning humanity or concerning these three
No.
elements?
No. Obviously not humanity. The three elements.
Oh, then I mean, it was just answering.
Cardinality of humans is 3, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Fine. So now if we say we have X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z, they are all God, but they are distinct from each other, which qualifies that X, Y, and Z are not the same. For those who are questioning about that. They are not the same. How many gods or how many objects here would we have?
It depends. So the first thing I was going to say is for these initial objects that satisfy a given function, is there going to be some sort of class theoretical identity?
What'd you say? I didn't hear you. The last three words.
Is there going to be some sort of class theoretical identity between these objects to satisfy the given propositional function? Yeah.
Wait, you said class theoretical identity?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what you mean by that when you ask me that.
A class theoretical identity is going to be that there's going to be a plurality of objects that satisfy the same given function. Therefore, if these objects were to satisfy different propositional functions, you'll have the same truth value. But all these propositions would like yield truth, right?
Okay, so I don't know how this is answering like how many objects.
Yeah,
Are you saying that you wouldn't know how many objects there are within the set?
I wouldn't. No. What I'm saying is that if there isn't any class theoretical identity, then we can say that these are like objects are not satisfying the same propositional functions. Like therefore, they don't yield the same truth.
Why are we talking about this when we count how many gods there are, but when we count humans, it's different? That's what's like kind of like confusing me.
Well, we're gonna get to that.
Prior. Okay, go ahead.
Wait. This is concerning humans. This is not even concerning gods yet. What I'm saying is concerning humans. That's
no, but you said there would be three objects. No. But I asked you the question about gods, not humans. So.
Yeah, but that's
you said because you already answered the question. I thought when you said that there's three objects within the set of A, B, and C.
Yeah, that's saying that there are three objects, but you do understand the priority of satisfaction. Like if I'm assessing these three objects, I'm asking you if these three objects satisfy all of the same given propositional functions.
So what do you mean by them satisfying different propositional functions?
Yeah, I mean, if there is going to be some sort of dissatisfaction of an object to, let's say, these triadic propositional functions, then we can say they don't yield the same truth value.
You're not telling me what you mean by I don't know what you mean by satisfying propositional functions. You're just repeating that within your explanation of that.
Okay, yeah. Satisfaction of propositional function is just going to be when I input an object to a propositional function and the object that I'm inputting here yields true.
Okay. All right.
That's what satisfaction is. And then dissatisfaction would be inputting an object that yields false.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead. So that's what I'm saying. Is there going to be some sort of class theoretical identity between these three objects?
No.
There's not going to be class theoretical identity.
No. And by that, do you mean do they satisfy the same propositional functions? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
All right, that's GG's then, yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's GG's. I don't see what else needs to be said then.
How does that follow?
That's the argument. Yeah, because, obviously I don't think the monotheist here is going to say that for any being that exists, the being that does exist, that they call God, doesn't satisfy a singular propositional function.
Okay, wait. So
what
was your answer? So what was your answer then? How many humans?
What was my answer? Yeah, I said that there would be three objects.
So there would be three humans, right?
Well, these are going to be three objects. X, Y, and Z. The cardinality of this set would be three, as we said initially. Yeah.
Okay.
But you do know that's not. You do know that's not all.
If the cardinality of the set is three, then that means there's three gods.
What's the argument for that?
You just said that the cardinality of if you say the cardinality of the element is three, you know what that means, right?
Wait, you do know that doesn't mean that there are three gods? Should I explain how?
No, it does, because what you're saying is you have three objects, and objects here is gods. That's what the word object here is equivalent to.
Okay. So what's being said is that if there are three objects that are not each other and they satisfy one given propositional function, that means that they're going to be three objects.
Can you repeat your question? I wasn't listening. Somebody walked in my room.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, could you say the argument again, just to be clear?
Yeah. So if we have X, Y, and Z, and X, Y, and Z are all God, and they're distinct from each other, there would be exactly three elements, which means there's three gods. That's the cardinality.
Yeah, So the argument's saying that is stating that if the cardinality is 3 in this class of elements that satisfy this given function God, that entails that there are 3 gods.
Yeah, that would entail that there's 3 gods because the cardinality of the elements and the elements here are God. They're being labeled
Yeah,
by the
so
word God. So
what's going to be the argument that the cardinality of 3 necessitates 3 gods?
if the cardinality, okay, if the
Like
cardinality of what is
restating
being,
that.
okay, what is being represented within the set is
Yeah.
gods. Okay, so if there's 3 objects, the objects here are gods. There's 3 gods. What's so confusing about that?
Okay, so that's just saying that the cardinality is just going to be. Sorry, that's just saying that there are going to be 3 gods
What do
because
you
the
mean?
cardinality is 3. Look,
What?
like you said,
So what does it
You said
mean
there's
when
going to
you
be.
say the cardinality is 3? What do you think that actually? Then the cardinality is like uninformative. It doesn't actually
Wait,
tell
just
us
to
how
be
many
clear,
things. Huh.
when you said the cardinality was 3, and then you said the cardinality being 3 necessitates there being 3 gods, and then I asked you what's the argument going to be for that, right? And then you just stated that the argument's just going to be the fact that the cardinality is 3. That's not telling me anything. I already
Well,
knew that.
well, Sani, I think. Sani, I think that the reason why the question seems like it's not being answered well is because it's like asking somebody how many apples are on the table, and then he looks and he says 3, and then you ask him, okay, well, how do you know how there's 3? And then you're like, oh, well, you point 1, 2, 3. There's 3 different red things. That's essentially what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is that cardinality here is used to represent how many things there are within the set, and
Mhm.
if we count at least 3 things within the set, and the things here are God, and they're all God, there's 3 gods. I think it's kind of primitive.
I don't find it primitive. Secondly, do you think that the term God and the term apples here are going to be equivalent?
Equivalent in what way?
Yeah, insofar that the objects to satisfy these given terms can be said to be the same, like the same type.
What do you mean the same type? No, apples are not the same type as God. I don't know what you're asking.
Yeah, I mean, you are familiar with type theory, right?
No one's familiar with type theory. You're
I'm
not.
familiar with type
Don't LARP.
theory. So
Son, if you come and tell me you understand, I'm going to drop you and not take you serious ever again.
yeah,
You don't
we can
understand
go over
type
some.
theory. Get out. Dude, for those who are wondering, look up type theory, okay? For those who are wondering. Yeah. Look up type theory for those who are wondering. Nobody here understands that. Anyways, I do have to go. Can somebody else host? I have to end the live, unfortunately.